Welcome back everyone to another PS5 tips and tricks video. Today we are going to do a quick test to see just how fast the PS5 actually is. As some of you know, I recently upgraded my PlayStation 5 with the Seagate FireCuda 530 M.2 SSD expansion, which is known to be one of, if not the fastest M.2 SSD upgrade available for the PlayStation 5. And since then, I've had the opportunity to put it through a series of tests that really show just how fast a PS5 can get. We'll start off by downloading a game, then do a quick load time comparison, and lastly a game transfer speed test. The goal is for you to see how fast a PS5 can be in real-world situations. If you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like rating and we'll go ahead and get started. Let's begin by downloading a game to the M.2 SSD to see how long it takes to complete. I currently have the fastest internet available in my area and now one of the fastest SSDs available for the PS5, so the download should go by pretty quick. We're also going to use the timer on this iPad to keep track of the real time during the download. The game that we will be downloading for this test will be Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. At more than 42 gigabytes, you can see that this is a pretty large game. So let's download this game to the Seagate FireCuda 530 and see exactly how long it takes. With the use of gigabit internet and an M.2 SSD, we managed to download this game insanely quick, at just around 8 minutes. Installing and copying games from a disk also seemed to go by quicker as well, but I wouldn't consider it a huge difference. Now let's do a load time comparison. Using the M.2 SSD, we'll start a game from the PS5 home screen and see how long it takes. For many users, this will probably be the most interesting test, as one of the biggest benefits of having an M.2 SSD is not just the added storage space, but also faster load times. At just around 12 seconds, the game loaded extremely quick. Now let's compare that to the standard built-in PS5 SSD and see if there's any real noticeable difference. At around 13 seconds to launch, you can see that the M.2 SSD had just a slight advantage in this comparison. Testing again with Spider-Man Miles Morales showed similar results, with the M.2 SSD being consistently faster at loading games versus the PlayStation 5's standard SSD. Last but not least, we'll transfer a game directly to the M.2 SSD and see how long it takes. If you've ever transferred a game on PlayStation before, then you know that this can be a pretty long process depending on the game. But at just around 10 seconds, we managed to complete this transfer insanely quick. Now let's compare that to a USB 3.1 external hard drive and see if there's any noticeable difference. You can see that the M.2 SSD was much faster and completed the transfer in record time. The external hard drive ended up taking much longer and the difference was a landslide. But now you know just how fast your PS5 can get once it's been upgraded to an M.2 SSD. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful or at least interesting, make sure to leave a like rating, comment below to let me know what you think, and as always, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for post notifications.